You're listening to The Morning Show, streamed by clicking the WHOW live icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Top of the morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. My guests in studio this morning, Melanie Brown and Brooke Oakley with the Central Illinois CEO program. Brooke, it's good to see you. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great this morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. Go ahead and put that back up there. We'll introduce Lisa Sheppard with the Sangamon Valley CEO program. Hi, Lisa.
Good morning, Seth.
It's good to see you again. Thanks for coming out and talking with us. Swing that over to Melanie so we can introduce her. Hi, Melanie.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, guys, for coming out. By the way, that happens all the time. Don't think anything of it. So it's not a big deal at all. Brooke, we're going to introduce you and the Central Illinois CEO program. First of all, tell us about yourself and how you got connected to the CEO program. How about that?
All right. So I am a senior at Warrensburg Latham High School. And I really learned about the CEO program when I came to bring a junior to class day.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a great opportunity to learn about business, and I'm interested in marketing. So I really just wanted to expand my knowledge on all things business.
Sure. Tell me about how class is going this year.
Class is going really great. It's so awesome to get to speak to all the different professionals from different industries and learn everything they have to tell. And working on our group business is a challenge sometimes with all these logistics, but we're getting there and it's really fun.
Sure. You mentioned the group business. That's one of the many aspects of the CEO program. Talk a little bit about how long you've been working on that and where that process stands. It sounds like you've got some things in place right now. What's going on?
Yeah, so we've been working on our group business for a couple weeks now. We have decided on doing a chili cook-off, and there will be a silent auction. That will happen on December 5th at Hickory Point Mall, and all the profit we make from the group business goes towards our individual busises.
You're going to make all the people at the mall hungry. Like I'm just telling you right now. But how about what were some of the ideas on the table? How did you guys come down to a chili cook-off? How about that?
Yeah, so we thought about ice skating, a movie night, a game night, but we really landed on the chili cook-off because it's a unique idea. There's not a lot of chili cook-offs around, and it can incorporate a lot of different ages, you know. Also being in the mall, you can go get some Christmas shopping done, take your kids to see Santa, and come support the CEO program all at once. Yeah,
so all encompassing, really. That also supports local business at the same time. That's a great point. I really didn't think about that until you mentioned it. How has getting to know your classmates in this program gone to this point? And do you feel like you're all working well together?
Yeah, so I already knew 3 of the other students because they go to my school, but we have 8 students in our class, so I had to get to know the other 4, and I think we're all meshing extremely well. We get along, hang out outside of class, and it makes it so much easier to work in partners and delegate tasks when you know your partners.
Has it, in talking about the group business, what have been some of the maybe unexpected lessons or challenges that you've come across? You know, did you think that it would not be an easy endeavor, but were there wrinkles that you didn't really think about that you're coming across as you plan for this?
Yeah, I think with any business, there's always like unexpected turns that you face and adversity, but you have to just work around it. And we originally were planning on a different location, but that didn't work out. So, you know, it's good to have a plan B, and that's where we're at right now.
Gotcha. Very good. What have you taken away from putting together this class business, like yourself? What have you learned?
I've really just learned so many leadership skills as the CEO of the group business. I have to know exactly what's going on, who's doing what, have the timeline in mind so that we can execute the business as best as possible.
Sure. Again, that's Brooke Oakley. She is with the Central Illinois CEO program. Facilitator Melanie Brown in studio with us, and we'll talk with Lisa Sheppard, who's the facilitator for the Sangamon Valley CEO program here shortly. Brooke, back to the event December 5th at the Hickory Point Mall in Decatur, correct?
In Forsyth.
Forsyth, okay. And so with that said, are you taking entries for the chili cook-off? Who are you looking for? Who are you targeting? How about those things?
Yeah, so for the contestants that are wanting to enter the chili cook-off, we would love to have you. You can contact us at our email, centralillinoisceo@gmail.com, for more details. And then also for our silent auction, if you or your business or anyone you know wants to donate a gift or gift basket, that would be excellent. And you can also contact us at our email.
Sure. Now, will this be something where like folks cook their chili beforehand and bring it to the site? Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah. So they'll cook it at home and then bring it, and the time frame's 1 to 4. So it's kind of the lunch afternoon, just a little snack.
Yeah, sure. So looking forward to that. Will it be one of those things where like people purchase like tickets to taste the chili and they vote on their favorite? Is that how you'll do it?
Yeah. So we will have our tickets launched here shortly, but once you have a ticket, you will be able to try all the different chilies, vote on your favorite. The winner will actually receive a prize, and then you can also go around and have the opportunity to bid on the numerous silent auction items.
I love talking food on this program, but I hate it at the same time because it makes me hungry, and now I want to go home and make chili. So, Brooke, did I miss anything on the chili cook-off CEO program in general you wanted to talk about today?
I don't think so. Just we'd love to have anyone, and we're always looking for new people to get involved. So
sure. And how do they do that?
You can visit our website. It is centralillinoisceo.com.
Awesome. Very good. Brooke, great job. That was awesome. Thanks so much for that. Swing that mic over. I want to talk to Melanie and Lisa for a little bit here. And Melanie, let's start with you. How's the new year going as you bring one of your students out today? Talk about the program this year.
It's going very well. I have an amazing group of students who, yes, they are in the middle of their group business. And interestingly enough, the past 2 years, I have not started even the conversation about group business until October.
Really?
And this class came to me in mid-September and said, we're ready. Like, what do we need to do next? We want to get started.
Wow.
And so as Brooke was mentioning, we started out and spent an entire day on ideation, just brainstorming, talking about product, services, and events, the difference between the three, coming up with a dozen or more ideas of each. And then they got to vote and narrow it down to their top 5 choices. And then from there, we did a SWOT analysis, or the students did a SWOT analysis of those 5 things.
What's a SWOT analysis?
You talk about the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and threats, things that are internal as well as external.
Okay.
And so they're just really kind of taking a high level approach to the group business, and seeing what might be actually something that they could plan and successfully conduct.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of how they landed on the chili cook-off.
Okay.
And then after that, they elect officers for the group business. And so they have to do a campaign speech in front of their peers, and then they are elected. And the individuals who are elected to be the CEO, COO, and the CFO, they meet weekly with me to set up agendas, and they run classroom days to conduct the business for what needs to happen to make the chili cook-off a success.
Do you mind if I ask Brooke a question real
go for
fast? What is that like to pitch like what position you want and have your peers like decide on that? I mean, is that like really competitive? What's that atmosphere like, I guess?
Yeah, so I prepared a speech. I was in public speaking class, so I had this whole speech lined out of what I wanted. But there was 6 people from our class that wanted to be the CEO. So yeah, it was highly competitive, and to just get elected means so much that my peers believe in me.
Yeah. What was like your pitch? What was your like grab for your peers?
Just that I understand. I can see the big picture. I can lead us to success.
Awesome. Well, swing that back to Melanie. 8 kids in the class this year, Melanie. It sounds like they're real go-getters. I mean, you mentioned they a couple weeks ahead of what you normally do for the class business.
Right.
Talk a little bit about the group and just the energy maybe they bring. That sounds like they bring a lot of energy.
They do bring a lot of energy, and they're positive, but yet one of the things that Brooke mentioned in her speech as she was running for CEO was that she has observed and identified the strengths of each of her peers. And I think that this is something that made her stand out, because we talk a lot about that. The first week of class, we do DISC training, which is a personality profile training. And we try to incorporate that into this team building, remembering that these students, some of them have never met before, and they're getting thrown into projects that have big responsibilities. And it's important to understand who has what strengths and then play upon that. And so Brooke had mentioned that in her speech, and has done a really good job identifying who is really good at spreadsheets and making sure that those are the people that are the CFOs or the organizers of our task lists, who are more outgoing. And those are the individuals that are going to go and make appointments with businesses to ask for sponsorship. So that has been really good to see their skill sets rise to the tasks that they've been given and succeed at that.
Awesome. Lisa, tell me about your group this year. How's it going?
Our group is going great. We've got a small and mighty team of 4, but they are 4 engaged and eager students, and are doing a great job with the CEO program. It's just fun to listen into what the other program is doing, and just have such a great partner in Melanie and the CEO and the Central Illinois CEO program. My students are a couple weeks behind where they're at. We know that we are going to be doing an indoor mini golf event in January, and the students are busy working out logistics, setting budgets, taking their first stab at what does it mean to do a cost analysis on an event. And I think it's hard not to get a little bit giddy and love all things CEO. Just being involved with it, but just neat to see how the students get an opportunity to experience things in real life. And they might fail or struggle with those along the way, but we are able to come alongside of them and bring a team of professionals from our local communities alongside these students.
I feel like every time you guys come in, I learned like a new wrinkle in what you're doing in the program. It's amazing to hear about. Lisa, how do folks learn about your program, the Sangamon Valley CEO program?
We are at sangamonvalleyceo.com, or we have a Facebook page and our Sangamon Valley CEO on that. You can sign up on our on our website for a weekly newsletter. Put in your email, hit subscribe, and you'll get a weekly email to your inbox of everything we're doing. I think that's the same for Central Illinois, centralillinoisceo.com. And you can subscribe and keep in touch with all the students are doing.
Awesome. Ladies, let's take a break here. Come back with some more. Again, Brooke Oakley and Melanie Brown with the Central Illinois CEO program, and Lisa Sheppard with the Sangamon Valley CEO program. Our guests in studio. More to come on the WHOW Morning Show.
listening to The Morning Show, streamed by clicking the WHOW live icon at DeWittDailyNews.com.
Once again, a good morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm your host today, Seth Lawrence. My guest in studio this morning, Melanie Brown, is the facilitator for the Central Illinois CEO program, and Lisa Sheppard is the facilitator for the Sangamon Valley CEO program. Lisa, tell me about a little more about your group this year. What are some of the things that they have done in the first, 3 months now of the school year? Holy smokes. Wow. How about that? What have they been doing?
We pack a lot into these first 3 months. The tenet of CEO is that we never meet in a classroom or in a school building, I should say. We are always meeting within a business. And so 2 to 3 days a week, they are out with our local communities. And the beauty of that is they're receiving their training from somebody who is an expert. Our session this morning was with Steve Tenhouse, the CEO of Kirby, and we were talking about C-level problem solving. So the students get exposed to, what is a CEO? What is a COO? What is a CFO? And while they may or may not have aspirations to be those in the future, they at least walk into the workforce knowing what those things are. Steve gave some great tips to our students of how to sit through an interview. What are the do's and don'ts? What are the pro tips? And don't we all wish we would have known that at 17 rather than having to have learned that the hard way?
Go through it 2 or 3 times and fail. And oh yeah, sure.
Yes. So just the level of and quality of education our students are getting is just excellent.
Sure. Melanie, it sounds like you're already diving into the recruiting aspect for next year. I can't believe that's already on your radar. What are you doing there?
Yes. So we've started earlier this year because of COVID. Last year really put a damper on our recruiting efforts. We weren't able to go out to the schools like we did year one. Ideally, and what Midland encourages is to go and have an assembly at all of the schools or bring all of the upcoming juniors to one location and have a giant assembly. And that's just not in our cards right now. So last year I started this opportunity for juniors. So it could be a current junior or a student who's going to be a junior next year. Come and spend a day in class with us. I feel like hands-on experience is what CEO is all about. And so if we invite these individuals who might be interested in it to come in and experience it, that increases their level of interest. And I can say out of the 8 students that I have this year, 7 of the 8 came last year for Bring a Junior to Class Day and was sold on the program after having experienced it.
Do you gear that day to kind of introduce them to the program? How do you structure that day with them?
Yeah, so I try to offer a variety of them. They have to register in advance. Last year we had a Chick-fil-A owner come in, which all high school kids, and who doesn't love Chick-fil-A, right?
Yeah, my wife would be all over that.
Yeah. So really trying to get a very captivating either topic or speaker. Joan Pachetti from Cookie Dough Cafe is our speaker in November.
Oh, wow.
And she was on Shark Tank. She's from Clinton, and they have launched a national brand of Cookie Dough Cafe that you can find in grocery stores. And so she's our speaker for November, and just really building those relationships with local business owners and professionals that can come in and offer a captivating topic and inspire these students, recognizing that, yes, you can go on Shark Tank if you're from Clinton, Illinois.
Right.
That's just really opening up the doors that you can be a Chick-fil-A owner, even if you went to a small school, and really helping to draw them in that way. But in addition to that, I try to keep it really real for the students. And my first 2 Bring a Junior to Class days, so October and November, are those higher level speakers that are really attractive to get the students in. But then in January and February, I will pull back and do a classroom day where they can come in and see what it looks like on a Monday and Friday. And when we conduct business, when we are reviewing processes and looking at task lists, when we are doing our Craig Linvall talks and things like that, because that is a big component of the class as well.
Sure.
So letting some of the students who came in October, November circle back and see the other side of it is beneficial. But so far we have had a really good response, and hopefully that means that our numbers next year will be good.
Sure. Lisa, what's on your radar away from the class? I don't want to say classroom setting, away from the class setting though.
So I took a note from her playbook and have implemented the junior open houses as well. November 10th, we have Mike Heiniger Photography for Business, and students can register for that by going on our Facebook page and clicking the link to the form or scanning our QR code. But really starting to engage them earlier in the process and giving them that experience to see what it's all about.
Sure. Very good. Well, I am quickly running out of time with you ladies. I apologize for that. But Lisa, how do folks learn more about Sangamon Valley CEO program?
SangamonValleyCEO.com or Sangamon Valley CEO on Facebook is where you'll find us at.
And Melanie, how about Central Illinois CEO?
Okay, on Facebook, it's Central IL CEO, and then our website is centralillinoisceo.com.
Very good. Ladies, always good to talk to you. Thanks so much for coming out today. Again, that is Melanie Brown with the Central Illinois CEO program and Lisa Sheppard with the Sangamon Valley CEO program, our guests in studio. Network news on the way here on the WHOW Morning Show.